It's here, it's finally here.
Yes, finally, England's Euro 2024 campaign kicks off this Sunday. England versus Serbia, score prediction to come up.
I'm so excited!
And I am incredibly nervous. We know that England aren't playing great. Will Serbia cause an upset? Can we up our game following that Iceland performance, which was terrible? There seems to be a mole in the England camp leaking information all the time. So stick around for my score prediction and let's go. Now, I'm not going to repeat a deep dive video that I did on Serbia. I've already done that video. You can see the link to that video above or in the description below. But picking up on some of those comments from that video, one area that I probably didn't address was Serbia's height. A lot of people are saying that their Serbia team is a tall, threatening team in the air, and interestingly, England from set pieces seem to have gone backwards. So the idea that Serbia are going to cause England problems from set pieces, from corners in the air, is probably a reality that I need to address. If you go back to previous tournaments, set pieces for England have always been a strength, but over recent games we've just lost that edge, particularly from an attacking perspective. And you would argue with Harry Maguire now being out of the squad, we are probably weak at the back as well from an aerial perspective. Vlahovic as well, the Juventus striker who I didn't really mention in my previous video, does of course need a mention alongside Tadic and Mitrovic of course as their attacking threats, and Serbia are going to pose a threat going forward. There's no doubt about it. It is worth briefly looking at again at their qualification campaign. They finished second behind Hungary, scoring 15 goals, which is a healthy return, but conceded 9 goals in what is a relatively weak group. Like England as well, they've had a mixed bag of results in recent friendlies, losing 2-1 to Austria, but then pulling off an impressive performance against Sweden, winning 3-0. So, yep, they can score, but obviously their defence is a weak point for them as well. But just like us, look, I'm nervous. I am nervous. Way more nervous now than what I was before Friday night, it has to be said. Going into that game, I was actually full of confidence for this match, but that Iceland game has really heightened England's weaknesses for me, because we were absolutely appalling. We were that bad, particularly from a defensive perspective. Iceland didn't have to do much to cause us all sorts of problems at the back, and what has to be said was arguably England's starting back line, with the exception of Jordan Pickford probably coming into goal. But Serbia are struggling at the back like England, and I would say England's defence is stronger than Serbia's, with the likes of Pickford, Walker, Trippier, Stones, all probably bringing that experience and quality that Serbia don't have at the back, despite England's weaknesses. But we have been terrible at the back, and we've not supported that. We have not controlled games as teams. We've not defended as a team. We've pressed all in little chunks. So the midfield has been left vulnerable and open. So England as a team haven't been putting in strong performances. And if the recent games are anything to go by, this Serbian attacking front line is going to cause us problems. I mean, they're certainly stronger than what we faced on Friday night, when arguably we should have lost the game by more than 1 goal. If you'd have asked me before this international break, I'd have been supremely confident that England are going to go into this game and win comfortably. I'd have been going for 3-4-0. I'm not so sure now though. However, I do expect an improvement from this England team on Sunday night. There's no doubt about it that these England players do have a few more gears to go through. We know they weren't playing at their max, their 100%, but it's no excuse for that sort of performance. The question is can England raise their performance in a short space of time? That defence really is a worry against what is an experienced front line in Serbia. There's obviously lots of stories as well pouring out of the England camp. Only today it seems like the starting lineup has been leaked, with Trent Alexander-Arnold supposedly getting the nod ahead of Kobe Mainoo and Conor Gallagher on Sunday. Now, it's interesting that these stories are coming out because they never used to happen under Gareth Southgate, and it just brings across that feeling that all is not right. It just feels like something isn't content within the England camp. You look at Gareth Southgate now, and he appears much more serious, much more stressed, it has to be said. Maybe I'm just reading a little bit too much into that, but I've just got this niggling feeling, just something isn't right. So that's something else that's been bothering me. And of course, the squad. England's squad is probably the right squad based on form, but there's no doubt experience is now missing from that squad. squad. Henderson, Grealish, Maguire, all important players, whether they were starting or not from a dressing room perspective. And can these new players adapt and adapt quickly to tournament football? England are going into this tournament with a lot of new players coming into this squad. So I might sound a little bit pessimistic on this video, but fear not. I am confident in England's ability to win this match. I am now just much more aware of England's vulnerabilities, should I say. But who knows? It feels like it's been a long time since England actually played a competitive game that mattered. The qualification campaign went through relatively smoothly for England, and it almost felt like since that 7-0 drumming of North Macedonia at Old Trafford almost a year ago, it feels like England have never really played a competitive game that had anything really on the line. Qualification seemed to be assured pretty early on. So it's difficult to comprehend what sort of England team and England performance we are going to see on Sunday. I honestly have no idea what to expect from this England team, and there are, of course, injury concerns or fitness concerns in regards to Saka. Is Kane fully fit? Is John Stones fully fit? Bellingham, has he had the rest he needs? So there's a few other things as well that we need to have in the back of our minds here. There are a lot of questions, and we are going to get the answers come Sunday, and I just hope that this England team can turn it around and put in the performance that they should be putting in with the quality of players that we have. I did say on my live stream, subscribe by the way if you're not, to keep up to date with my content and the live streams. It's completely free. Hit that subscribe button. But I did say on my live stream that I was confident in England winning this game, and I am sticking with that. I think if these England players play at 70% of their capabilities, we beat Serbia, simply because that attacking lineup will be too much for their defence. I also did say that England are going to keep a clean sheet. Sort of regretting that now, but I'm going to stick with it, and I think England will win this game, although less comfortably than what I probably initially thought, maybe even 2-3 weeks ago. Although in some ways in this video I've almost been saying I'm underestimating Serbia previously, I'm also at risk of underestimating this England team, because I'm not writing them off, but I'm saying we're probably going to struggle to get out at this first game what we need. The levels need to improve significantly, but maybe they will. Maybe they will be a significant improvement on Friday's performance. But there is no doubt at all that Serbia will carry a threat in this game, and it's how we cope with that which will be very, very interesting. If Serbia get an early goal, I do worry, because if they sit back, teams have shown that we struggle to create opportunities. I think if Serbia come at us, we'll tear them to pieces, and I don't think they'll do that, to be fair. Even though it is a free hit for Serbia, I do think if they can take a point off us, they would be more than happy with that. So I think they're going to balance the game quite well. It will be up to us to break them down, but I am going to keep faith with the boys. In Southgate, I trust. I am going to go for an England win. I'm going for a 2-0 England victory on Sunday. Yes, a clean sheet, which might sound absolutely crazy at the minute, but that's what I'm going with. I've just got a feeling England are going to turn it on Sunday. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. Do you disagree with that? Remember, after the game on Sunday, I will be jumping onto a live stream to give my reaction to the result, so make sure you subscribe and tune in for that. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on my next video.
Good morning, England!